Raymond, every 2 or 3 months, I get a phone call.
Yes.
From a guy.
Yeah.
A teacher that I used to work with in Kota.
Oh, this sounds devious already.
And he is always drunk off his ass.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's really
Let
awkward.
me guess. May I guess?
What? Yes.
Allow me to guess.
Okay, could you guess?
He calls you and starts calling you names in like English, like he rattles off English swear words at you.
No. I think he's just lonely and looking for a friend.
Oh, I see. So he calls the Alex hotline.
Yes, exactly. 1-800-FRAYOL.
Alexes are standing by for the hottest party.
Wait. It's a sex line, but we're also giving away tote bags? Gross.
Women join free.
Anyway. Most single Frayolis anywhere. This guy, I think he's just a lonely guy. He's 23. He's pretty young for a teacher.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to get along with anybody else at the school.
Oh.
He happens to be the son of the vice principal at another school I had worked at during that year.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means or how that affects his relationships with other people, but I don't know. They both seemed kind of chummy. Oh, his dad was a vice principal who asked me about Movember.
Oh.
If you remember.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and also wants to know my phone number, so he wrote down on a piece of paper, "Can you teach me your bullet phone?"
What?
I don't know. I think he was trying to think, what's Keitai in English? Oh, well, I know Shinkansen is bullet train, so it's probably bullet phone. All Japanese things become bullets. Have you had that bullet fish?
Oh my God! Please continue the story.
Okay, sorry.
We're gonna be lost if you don't continue.
So this guy calls me every 2 or 3 months and just talks about nothing, and I don't want to be rude and hang up because I know he clearly needs attention, and I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Even though he forgets, the only thing he does remember about me is that my name is Alex and I want to open a bar. Everything else is like every time he calls, "You're from Seattle, right?" "No, Pittsburgh." "Oh, that's right."
No, but my friend Ray.
Yeah,
you call him up.
Yeah, they're calling again.
Yes. Anyway,
and,
KCL.
Last time he called, he's like, we should go out in Nagoya sometime. Like, all right, great. Just get over here and give me a call, and we'll go out sometime.
I'm listening.
I wanted to put his number in my phone so that I know that it's him calling. Because before, the number would come up unknown because we weren't really friendly outside of work. But this time, I finally did something about it. I entered him. I didn't want to enter him. I didn't want to enter him in my phone as drunk guy or drunk Masato.
Let me just say this: it's great that iOS 7 has a block feature.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh shit! Maybe I should upgrade. So to get the fucking NHK off my back.
Yeah, well, maybe.
So yeah, I didn't want to enter him into my phone as drunk guy or drunk Masato, which is his name.
Drunk Masato. Yeah.
Just in case, like, if we're out one night and he calls me while we're out together, I don't want him to look at my phone and see that I have him in there as drunk Masato. So I entered him in my phone as Masato Pickled.
Okay.
So just covering my ass on that.
Yeah, that'll throw him off.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, come to think of it, why did I do that? He wouldn't call me if he can see my phone. Unless he's playing a hilarious practical gag.
Maybe when he comes up to stalk you, he'll be near you more, and then he can see your phone. It's like, "Hey, Alex, let's party, huh? I'm feeling really down. I could really use a friend."
By the way, what's Mocktober?
Hello everyone, it is No More Whoppers. Once again, my name is Ray Barnhold, and this is not my real voice. And with me as always, rejected Who's Line character, man who thinks everything is offensive, Alex Fraioli.
How How dare you say that to me? All right.
Why?
Improv, everybody.
Don't know why they fired you.
I do.
Alex, how you feeling?
Great.
Great. Yeah, you sound
feeling
great.
pretty good. I'm not really great. It's the tail end of my weekend, which means I'm recovering from the weekend's drinking haze.
It's the tail end of my weekend.
I went out drinking with Isaac Hayes.
Yes. But he's dead.
Yeah, we drank a lot.
Dead all over again.
I went out to a pub trivia event last night with some friends.
Yeah.
Our team was handicapped. We only had 5 people instead of 6.
They broke your legs.
Yes, and I'm in a wheelchair right now.
You couldn't pay. They broke your kneecaps.
Last time I went, it was pretty boring because I didn't know what the theme of the evening was, and it was sports. Guess how much I know about sports, jack shit.
It was all about football, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Football Norte Americano. But this time, the theme was movies.
Right.
And I had quite a good time. I got a lot of questions right. I was a credit to my team.
Oh, I was going to say phenom.
And my race. What?
I was going to say you were a phenom.
I was a phenom, sure.
Yeah.
I was emitting pheromones.
You played tennis.
I did. I am glad that I used the knowledge I gained from listening to Good Job Brain to correctly answer some questions.
Okay.
For example, what was Mickey Mouse's original name?
There's Steamboat Willie, but...
Not Steamboat Willie! Fuck that guy. No! Mortimer Mouse! That's true.
I see, yeah.
And everybody on my team thought I was crazy. They wanted to put down Steamboat Willie. I said, guys, I got this, guys. Guys,
yeah.
Back off. I got this.
Yeah.
And I also won, in one of the bonus rounds, I won the whole team a round of drinks with my Pepe Le Pew impression. Each team was randomly assigned a Looney Tunes character to do an impression of.
I see.
And
I wish got this under lock.
Yeah, that's all I do. That's all I fucking do is I sit around and make dumb voices.
Yes.
And it helps that I got an easy one, really. All you have to do is put on a gross French accent.
Folks, that's 10 and 10 every day.
Thanks, yeah.
Find it 10.
Yeah. Find us on iTunes.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I feel like I can't remember Pepe Le Pew on the spot in order to do an impression.
It's basically just gross French guy.
You are my peanut. I am your brittle.
That's all of them, all right? Hey.
Here we go.
Hey.
Yes! Oh. Très bien.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What was the... you had to do a voice of just Pepe Le Pew?
They would play a clip of the character and then hand you a script of what you just heard, and you just had to repeat it.
Hand you a script, yes, okay. Hand you your sides.
Yeah. I should have said line. Clooney Tunes! Yes, they were.
Not bad.
It was a lot of fun. I also correctly identified some movie posters.
Yeah.
Which I can't remember.
Oh. Let's say Contact.
No.
Cannonball Run.
No. Ray.
Street Fighter: Legend of Chun-Li.
Yes.
Why did I not say Legend correctly? Fuck.
Street Fighter: The Chun-Li Story.
I swear to God, I think as I'm getting older, my stutter is getting worse.
Yeah.
And by extension, just my regular speech.
Yeah, so I realized I do this weird vocal mimicry thing where I copy people that I listen to a lot. And ever since I started listening to fucking Harmontown, I've been stuttering and stammering all the fucking time.
Wow.
Because that's all he does on stage, and it pisses the fuck out of me.
That can't be healthy.
Every sentence starts with him saying the first word 7 times. And it bugs the fuck out of me. I think it's a fascinating show, and I love it. It's just, it's the most annoying thing.
I'm fine with it, 'cause they make fun of it, too.
No, hang on. I will feel legitimately bad if he actually does have a condition. And it's not just a little thing.
I think it's normal.
Okay, good.
Everybody has them in some capacity.
That's true.
It does run in my family, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to say who, but it's a parent. I don't want to embarrass anybody on the family side. It is one of my parents. Folks, write in, and you can win a No More Whopper sticker if you guess correctly.
Well, you have to get a Novocaine up first, and then guess. I know there's a touch of light. What's it called? Fuck! God damn it! Tourette's. That's it. There's a touch of Tourette's in my family, and I think I may have a little bit of that. And I think that's where I
You don't say.
No. Oh, it's fun though. It's you know, yes. Swearing is a great form of expression. You know, it's like any arrow in your quiver. You got to know when to use it.
Yeah, but in Tourette's, you don't know when to use it.
Yeah, that's true.
You use it inappropriately.
I know.
How do you hold fucking pistols in your feet?
I mean, when
That wasn't
you
a
can
drop, by the way.
Thanks. When you can let the beast out of the cage is what I'm saying, and not worry about doing that.
Right.
I do it a lot when I'm alone, though. Like if there's nobody around, I'll just go nuts on the swears.
I do it in the car often.
Okay.
I'm sure other people do, but yeah, I'm probably at my most vocal when I'm in the car.
Sure.
I don't know why exactly, but I mean, people who usually say, "Oh, he's so quiet." Well, you haven't been driving with me.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, that was awful. The language that came out of this man's mouth. Nice signal, turkey. I looked over to the driver's seat and I saw him.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Alex? Speaking of movies,
must be a full moon. My mom says that. Sorry. Okay, keep going. I can tell when your silence is angry silence, and I love it.
That's how far we've come in this relationship.
Yes. Anyway, what were you saying?
I had a nice weekend. I went and saw Cinematic Titanic Saturday night.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Pretty good. It's their farewell tour, so I guess it's the last time we'll ever see them.
What?
Which was unfortunate. Yes.
Yeah.
They're all going to kill themselves later.
Oh, good. What a finale.
And I'm sure I've talked about this last year on the show, I think. But anyway, yes, like Riff Tracks is some people from Mystery Science Theater who do live shows and also riff on movies. And yeah, it was good, although it was the double feature. And the first movie suffered some audio problems. It kept drowning out what the guys were saying, and that was too bad. But the second movie was not only better in the audio department, but I think funnier with the riffing.
Great.
So it worked. I think that worked out. I think that was what happened last time too. The second movie was much better. Nonetheless, yeah, good to see it as always, and I like it better than Riff Tracks.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to hear what I think about Riff Tracks, go look at episode 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever that saga was.
Oh yeah.
The movies were The Doll Squad, which was sort of an exploitation-y sort of movie from the 70s, obviously.
Yeah.
Just scantily clad women becoming like a mercenary force. I guess the notable thing was that the director was kind of scummy, but also most of the movie took place in his elaborate, extremely tacky castle that he bought based on the success of his last movie. So most of the interior shots are just of this terrible looking place, and
wonderful.
Yeah, it was a fun one. And the second one was The Astral Factor, which I thought was from like 1979 or something. It's from 76. Was apparently held back until 1984. Just a real shit show as well. Just about a criminal who breaks out of prison. He has astral projection powers, so he can make himself invisible and also use telekinesis to basically choke victims from a distance. So there's that too going on.
I don't know that astral projection makes you invisible. Also, I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, don't think about it too much.
Okay.
So those were it. If you want to look those up, go right ahead. I'm sure you'll find they're just as shitty.
As you remember.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I found another movie that used the astral factor in its title.
Yeah.
It was 976 Evil 2. The Astral Factor.
What?
Sequel to 976 Evil, which was a horror movie directed by Robert Englund about a...
Sounds like a phone number.
It's a phone number run by Satan, apparently, who grants
Awesome.
the wishes of anybody who uses it, and I guess most people have evil wishes and use their powers to kill people.
Obviously, area code is understood to be 666. You don't need to even put that on the box.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think I just looked at it I believe the gist of it is that you call it up, but then you can press 666 to, I don't know, bring up the menu and select your evil power or something.
Para español, press 666. I'm sorry, seis.
But anyway, in that one, the villain also turns invisible and warps around and stuff. It's stupid.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it was a good show.
Satan,
gotta love him.
Yeah.
He got all his records. Okay.
All the greats. Lady is a Tramp.
Sandwiches!
My Way. I'm Satan.
Okay. That was really the biggest part of my weekend. I had a nice weekend, except arriving to the weekend was awful because there is a transit strike in the Bay Area.
Oh, God.
And it is the one that I really need to rely on.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I got home on Friday at around 9:20-ish p.m. After being on a sardine-packed bus, led to a metro train, and then finally the commuter train back home.
Gross.
Not great, and I expect it will happen again tomorrow, and for who knows how much longer.
So what's going on with this? Why are they on strike? Is this a wage thing?
It's not just that. There's a a list of demands, let's call them.
Oh, God.
Things relating to work rules, which is somewhat self-explanatory, but it's just that and built upon wages. It's a whole fucking mess.
Every worker wants their own train?
40 acres in a train. But yeah, I mean, I'll often side with labor on most of this stuff, but it has turned into just like shitheads on both sides.
Yeah.
And it just needs to be over with. I don't like coming home and then having like an hour of leisure time before I have to go to bed and then get back up again.
If they're on strike, why are the trains running at all?
No, these are different services.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about BART, which is the main train that runs through the East Bay. The other trains I'm talking about are different agencies.
Oh, okay.
Within San Francisco and then south of that.
Okay.
So, yeah. Thrilling, I'm sure, to those of you who do not live around here, but it's quite awful.
Say hi to Doom Train for me.
Yeah. Thanks, I will.
That is so Alex.
Oh, over the week I got a little bit of work on the side, proofreading a brochure. A coworker of mine, a Japanese. She is a Japanese.
I don't like Italians.
She did a rough translation of this brochure for some kind of water
Park?
sewage. What's
Park?
the word? Park? What?
You're saying water, and then I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, for fucking sandcastle. No, they're trying to sell this water tank cleaning service overseas, so she wanted me to proofread her translation to make sure it sounded natural. I did that. And something I noticed about the bullet points for these services, the services are just water tank cleaning the insides of water tanks so that your water quality is improved, cleaning sewer pipes and such. The last bullet point on all of these services, of which there were 18 or 19, was protect the environment. It's great for the environment. I don't know that customers overseas are going to give as much of a shit as Japanese consumers do about protecting the environment. I don't know if that should go on your brochure.
That was every bullet point. That was every last bullet point on the features, is what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. This service helps protect our environment. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Know your audience, guys. Now, not to say that those overseas don't give a shit about the environment, but it's not a selling point on a product.
Yes.
or service in this case.
We don't really need it hammered in.
No. And it always sounds a little forced.
A bit forced if you're going to repeat it every single time on the brochure.
I also had to look up some technical terms that I didn't know in English and then change them into regular human speak.
Chlorination?
Miscibility. Which I've already forgotten what it means. Oh, no, like, something about a homogeneous mixture. Miscibility is
That's
the
us.
Homogeneity. Yes, we're super homogeneous.
All right, everybody, here's Alex.
Hi! I'm back.
So, did you get paid?
Nope, I got paid on December 2nd.
For that?
Yeah.
Why? Why that far?
Japan. Seems to have a problem with people getting paid in a timely manner. So
is it really just Japan, or is it the jobs that you take on in Japan?
Maybe it's just the jobs that I take on in Japan.
Yeah, I imagine a banker gets paid pretty regularly.
Yeah, they just walk into the vault. Right? Is that how that works? You're on the honor system. Only take your salary. Okay, boss.
Right.
I want to work in a bank.
Well, did you have any weddings this week?
No, weddingless.
Wow.
I know. That's good, though. Last week was I had a wedding marathon, 3 days in a row.
3 days.
I rarely have 2 days in a row. It's usually just one day.
How many per day?
Just one or two, but I still got to get there early and hang out with the choir girls, which is always awkward.
Oh. Gosh. It's like a Broadway show. You're doing it 3 nights a week.
Yes!
God. I mean, kind of is, because you are acting in a way. I mean,
Broadway!
You got your script and your costumes and...
Yes! Should I not have done My Fair Lady during the last wedding?
Well, if people like it.
They did. They love it. Standing ovation.
Yeah, great. No problem.
I crammed it into 15 minutes.
Yeah. And now a scene from Avenue Q.
I'm working on my Bye Bye Birdie, actually.
I see.
I put on different wigs during the ceremony.
Do you know your schedule in the future, though?
Oh, yeah. I got one wedding on the 26th.
And the funeral.
Oh, God. Okay, I guess I have a funeral. I didn't know about that.
I was hoping you'd be angrier at that.
No. I think it's delightful. I think you're delightful. I've already submitted my free days for November, so I should be getting that schedule soon. From Finbar!
Oh, good. Great.
Yes.
So you're going to have Thanksgiving with us?
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm going home for vacation this winter. Christmas and New Year's.
Great. Now, wait, you have gone for Thanksgiving or not?
Only once in 2007.
Ah, good times. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. I just got it.
Seems like you shouldn't read texts from people on the air unless you have their express permission, Alex.
Fine. I'll just cut that out.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm totally kidding.
Then I'll leave it in.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to read some of your texts and get back at you.
I apologize.
Circus of tank values.
Okay.
There we go.
That's...
That should be a new segment. Out of context text. Out of context.
Yes.
There we go.
We can provide many just to ourselves.
Let's try another fun out of context Ray text. Hey man, my shirt is my livelihood.
Okay.
This is fun.
Here's one from Alex. Well, you still have 24 hours.
Wow, I'm strict.
Once again, going to break my kneecaps.
Where's your gabagool?
All right, here's another one from me. Oh, it was waiting for iTunes to quit. All right, but not all exciting. This was a failure.
Fantastic.
Yes. Raymond, I've discovered the secret of pizza.
Now? Aren't you Italian? Don't they tell you that when you enter the priory?
No. This secret of pizza is specific to Japan.
Okay, I'm interested. Go on.
I've wiggled myself into a pizza loop.
You wiggled yourself into the inner circle.
Yes. the stuffed inner circle.
Yes. I love you.
If Domino's in Japan takes more than 30 minutes to deliver your pizza, you get a 500 yen coupon off the next pizza.
Wow, $5.
Yes. And what I usually order is I order this because it's economical and it's good. It's a good value.
You purposely ordered the most complicated pizza that will almost certainly arrive late.
Yes, I ordered the triple Mussolini.
What I think is that I can believe they would name one that.
Yeah. Oh, here's the fucked up part. They actually do have a triple decker like stuffed crust, but like the layers are stuffed between. There's crust between the layers. It's a French word. It's called millefeuille or something.
Oh yeah, millefeuille.
Millefeuille. There we go. And it's gross.
Millipede? Sequel to Centipede.
Yes, there we go. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I've been popping quarters into my pizza all day.
Right. All right. So anyway, what'd you do?
This is the thing. They give you the 500 yen coupon if they're more than 30 minutes late. The meal I always get is 1,400 yen. So really, I end up paying 900 yen for a medium pizza and a drink. I just wish the name of that meal was not called Home Alone. It's the saddest thing on the menu. And like every time I click on it, I'm like, well, here I go again.
I think I've seen this in person.
Yeah, you have. That's right. We ordered pizza from Domino's.
You go to the English menu.
Yeah,
and the section is over.
Yeah, it's like party pack, dinner for 3, Home Alone,
sad sack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they should just call it sack of shit.
It's the neat special.
Yeah. So I get that because it's 1,400 yen, which is actually a good deal for a pizza in Japan.
Yes, yes.
Pizza, on average, is about twice what it costs in America.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty good deal. And a medium pizza is not really American medium. It's somewhere between a small and a medium.
Sure. Much like the shirts. Clothes are much the same there.
Yeah. And you get 2 toppings on it, which is great. I always get the pepperoni and mozzarella.
Okay.
Little mozzarella. And so I pay... I with the coupon, it's only 900 yen, which is a fantastic deal for a pizza in Japan. Now, I've got myself in a pizza loop where I can get the coupon almost every time. Here's how you do it. Here's how to order.
Oh, man. Was my joke more real than I thought?
Wait, what was your joke?
About ordering the most complex pizza.
No. Well, it does have to do with the ordering time.
Oh.
Here's what you do. Order in the evening, right, when they're busy.
Sure. Peak hours.
Yeah, peak hours. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Peak days.
Peak days. And number 3 is the clincher. If you have this condition, you've got the coupon. Typhoon. Turns out...
your mileage may vary.
Yeah. I think these all work. These only work because on the website they actually tell you how long your order will take.
Sure.
The minimum is about 30 minutes.
Yes.
Right. But depending on the day, the time, peak day, peak time, peak typhoon, it might say 40 minutes or best case scenario 50 to 60 minutes.
Oh, I see.
And that's when you're like, "Oh, fuck, I got this. Let's order." You know.
They basically given up at that point.
Yeah. And three times in a row, I've handed my 500 yen coupon to the delivery person, and they just hand it back like, "Nah, you just hold on to that." Because it's supposed to be a one-time use thing.
Yeah, but...
What?
Don't you need... Wait, one-time use ever? What?
One coupon is one-time use.
But if you give them a coupon, shouldn't they just take it and then give you a new one? In a way? Or
they should, but the coupons are not... Like, they're not numbered sequentially or anything. They're all exactly the same, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, so it's just like, yeah, okay, we'll knock that off for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. So it's great. I'm going to order a pizza tonight, apparently, because I'm not going to my Japanese lesson.
Yeah, awesome.
I was excited. It was going to be my first lesson. I started taking lessons because my Japanese is not as fluent as I want it to be, and if I'm opening a bar, I should probably get that shit under control.
Yeah. Good.
I've not formally studied Japanese since I came to Japan. How fucked up is that?
Well, pretty fucked up.
I thought I could just get it all from osmosis.
But I'm still envious because you were, in some way, you were still immersed, basically. And
yeah, but I'm just shy enough that it doesn't really make a difference. I have to like go out and drink to actually be personable and then speak Japanese with somebody.
I know, but there's still that dimension to it.
You talking about my dementia?
Yes.
Okay. Good for you. Good for me. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, bonus typhoon bonus. That's a drop.
It blew some money in my house.
It blew the pizza right in my mouth. Oh, that's my favorite mental image now. I guess during the typhoon, they get really swamped with orders. They actually ran out of medium pizza crusts, and they upgraded me to a large for free.
Okay, great.
That was pretty great.
Just pile it on.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
You know, I have not tried that new Round Table Pizza yet.
Oh, you got to try it.
The reopened one.
Wow.
Well, to be continued, I guess.
All right. You remember last week or 2 weeks ago, I had my dream about John Slattery and the neck tattoo?
Oh, yes.
One side said hot, one side said cold.
Yes.
I found out, I think I might have been doing a subconscious thing with that because that's how the two sides of my mouth work. I can't chew hot foods on the right, and I can't chew cold foods on the left. I have to chew hot on the left and cold on the right.
Okay.
Is this fascinating yet?
What side do the voices come in from?
All directions. Omnidirectional.
Oh, Lord.
They're saying I should stop telling the stupid story. Just because I have different teeth sensitivities. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, why didn't you just say that up front instead of basically saying, here's how crazy I am? Okay, yes. No, I understand different tooth sensitivities. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's because I have a silver cap on my right rear molar. My right rear molar is a little low. I got to put some air in it.
Okay, so basically your brain took John Slattery and he's the representative of your teeth.
Maybe it's because he has a nice smile. He's got like snowy white hair or gray hair. Like I have gray teeth. I'm not good at improv.
Your teeth are Santa Claus.
Yes. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I think I just like neck tattoos.
That's weird because your biggest one's on your arm.
That's true. My only one is on my arm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could have sworn you had like a tiny butterfly, on your inner thigh somewhere.
Nope.
Oh.
My tramp stamp is a sort of vermilion sprite.
That was probably option B, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you like that game so much?
I love it. You know why? 2 words. Palette swaps. There's like 8 color variations for every monster. I love that shit.
You're going to need more than that. I'm going to need more than that.
Slow, clunky control. That's good, right? Shit.
Whatever.
The boss battles are fun. The game touted them as arcade style. They sort of resemble Altered Beast. I don't know.
Back when everything on Genesis was arcade style.
Yeah. Ray Barnholt, Sports Talk Football.
Yes.
Touchdown. The 40. All right. Same joke at the same time.
Okay. Let's take a break because I want to talk about some other video game related thing.
Let's do that.
All right, cool. Because apparently second segment is our game segment.
Okay, I got game talk.
And the funeral.
Oh, shit.
We'll be back.
And we're back.
Oh, are we?
No.
back. It's No More Whoppers. I am Ray. That is Alex.
Hi.
Alex, I want to repeat something on air that I told you recently.
Oh, no.
Last Monday, I believe it was, I may have impulse bought a Nintendo 2DS before I went into work.
My goodness.
It was one of those things. The BART was still running back then. And my thing was, well, if I can catch the early train, I think I'll just stop off at Target. But it's not just the early train. I also have to get an early shuttle. And the shuttle has to actually stop at that stop. And
I like to call it Target because I think that makes me interesting.
Fuck you.
All right.
Anyway, that all happened. And I was like, well, might as well go see if they have them. And sure enough, they did. And I picked up a blue one.
Nice.
And then got back on the next shuttle and went into work. Now, as we've said before on the show, or as you have said about me, I own a lot of DSs.
Yes, I recommended that you just open a museum already.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mom.
all your Nintendo cassettes.
Yeah. My mom's not that ignorant.
Okay. You know what's... Sorry, quick interruption. You know what really pisses me off is when people refer to all video games as computer games. I still know people who do that.
That's actually a big thing in Britain.
Is it really?
That's where, yeah.
I have Americans do it to me, though, and it's like, fuck, you don't understand.
I think that's because really a lot of the most popular home video games in the UK were on computers at the time.
And so technically, video game consoles are computers.
Yes.
But they're not computer games.
Yeah, well...
They're graphic novels.
I'm just saying, that's where you'll hear it the most, I think, from those people. So...
David Springate.
Maybe, yes.
Oh, no.
He works at a computer game company.
Shit.
So anyway, yes, I did get the Nintendo 2DS, which is, ostensibly a downgrade from the regular 3DSs. However, and I do have very particular tastes and needs and desires when it comes to handheld gaming. Again, as I've explained, things like not wanting people to know that I have a DS, and so I make sure to get a black one, and things like that. And and this is where we jump into another segment of Ray tries to explain how his own mind works. It's just one of those things where I like not only the feel of the 2DS, because I actually like it a whole lot, but the way you hold it in particular, the way that your fingers are just sort of going over the screen, and it has a sense of security to it, like you're holding the whole system like that. And
like it's really going to watch out for you.
As opposed to holding the normal ones, the clamshell ones, where the top screen's flopping around, and
Yeah, I don't like the flopping.
Sometimes it happens, and also the fact that I'm usually playing those games when I'm traveling, commuting, and bumping around on a bus or train. It doesn't really make the 3D that appealing, so I don't really need it in that situation. Yeah. So the 2DS works well in that way, and those are like the chief things I was thinking about when I thought, at first I didn't really feel I needed to get a 2DS, but now I was like, oh yeah, this might actually work out better than what I already have.
Okay.
So that happened, and I do quite enjoy it.
Now, I don't suppose that the 2DS is region-free, right? They still stick with the region lock. Fuck.
But what I did was I had the black 3DS I just transferred everything over to the 2DS, and now it is my main 3DS.
Oh, wow. I wish Nintendo would wise up, maybe make the account stuff a little bit more sensible.
Well, it is what it is.
That's not an excuse, though.
It's because I don't work there. I don't know what to tell you.
Wait a minute. I thought you worked there.
No. Why would you think I had to go buy one then? I mean, why would I have to go buy one then?
I don't know. To make a public display, show consumers somebody's buying this piece of shit.
By the way...
Excuse me, sir. I'd like your finest 2DS.
By the way, the 2DS came out the same day as the new Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
And I am pretty much the only person who owns 3 3DSs and does not own either Animal Crossing or the new Pokemon.
Wow.
So, yeah, it
should put you in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
W. Alternate reading.
See, I'm not much of a Pokemon guy, so that's why.
Me neither.
Even though everybody I've Street Passed, at least 8 out of 10 people are playing Pokemon X or Y. I don't get it.
I see so much Pokemon talk on Twitter, and I don't know. Fuck. I'm trying to understand why this one is suddenly like the big one.
Well, new graphics. It's finally in 3D polygonal style, so I mean that's a big thing. And I think also they included a lot of legacy Pokemon in that world, so there's that extra nostalgia juicing for some people.
Something about the phrase legacy Pokemon just tickles me.
I know. Did that sound too much like gamer pontificating?
Yeah.
Postulating. I'm sorry.
Dad, you don't understand the significance of legacy Pokemon.
Yes. I'm not even going to try.
The fuck is that, a Weedle?
So the first cartridge-based game I played on my 2DS was Crash City Mayhem.
All right.
Which is the English version of Runabout 3D.
It's not the new Crash Bandicoot.
No.
Okay.
If anyone remembers Runabout, it was originally released on PlayStation over here as Felony 1179.
What the fuck?
And then the next ones were published by different people, and they finally called it Runabout again. I do not recommend it, but I sort of like halfway crappy driving games, so I blew through it. It's okay. And it actually might be rare, the card version, because they only really promoted it as a download game. So most people, I don't think, even know it is actually a retail version. Again, postulating, and I apologize.
It's okay. Can I get back to doing impressions of a parent saying different Pokemon names?
Well, you didn't start, but yes.
Actually, I did.
Do the Poke Rap.
Shouldn't that be Sparrow? I guess this is John Crispolucci's dad doing it. Guy who doesn't understand Pokemon.
Nice. Or Bulbapedia.
Bulbapedia. Hang on a sec, isn't that Charizard? Guy who doesn't understand Bulbapedia.
Love it.
All right, great. We got one.
We're great.
We got one. Sorry, that's my Janine.
Yes!
Gotta catch 'em all.
Raichu!
In the Japanese original Pokemon rap, the guy called himself Raymond.
Why?
Raymond Dayo.
Oh, God.
Check it out. It's on the internet.
No.
Okay.
Raymond, I don't have internet.
So, that's all I wanted to say about the 2DS. Alex, any questions?
How are cars made?
About the 2DS.
Oh, sorry.
Or me.
I think that's my favorite Tignataro gag. About you? How you like work?
No, about me or the 2DS. Regarding the 2DS.
Oh, no.
Okay, great.
Great! I'm playing video games.
Are you now?
Check it
What's
out.
going on in FF14?
Dragon Quest Tan.
Tan Mom.
What? Tan Mom?
Never mind. I guess that's an American thing you didn't pick up on.
Okay.
How about that, bro?
From several months ago.
Oh, great.
Up to a year ago.
Game is fun. Loving it. Having a great time. Doing more storylines and quests. 5 episodes, 10 and 10 in the can, ready to be posted. So look forward to those.
Oh, yeah. I hate to bring this up in the middle of No More Whoppers.
Oh, no.
But I do think you put up an episode and it was exactly the same as the last one.
What?
Yes.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Judge Alex.
I gotta fix this. Fuck.
I'm sorry that only occurred to me now.
You ass! This is all your fault!
It was...
Alright, I'll fix it later. God damn it. Alright, guys, I guess when you're hearing this, it's already been resolved, but I'd like to apologize.
Shit. I think it was 168 and 69 or around or before.
Oh
that.
no! Wait a minute. Does that mean
I may be wrong? But I was going back and forth between a couple, and I was like, wait a minute, he just talked about what? So
Well, I do repeat myself a lot. And I tend to talk about the same things over and over.
Yeah, but with the same exact words and cadence, I don't know.
Yes! Yes! Oh, great.
Yeah, sorry.
If you tee it up, I'm going to hit it.
If I haven't freaked you out too much, go ahead and continue about what you were talking about again.
Well, now I'm distracted. I can't perform now. Thanks for listening.
Show's over.
No!
We have integrity.
I'm fascinated by this new obsession with dissecting games as art. Like, writing about games, I've been reading some articles recently that are just so in-depth and talking about narrative of games and what's wrong with games, and I feel like I agree with that stuff, but for different reasons.
Okay. Well, this is absolutely not anything I'm interested in, but please go ahead.
Yeah, well, no,
I'll
that's
try
why.
my best.
That's what I'm interested in your lack of interest. I want to know why you don't care about this dissection of games as a viable artistic medium.
I think, oh boy. Why don't you start? Go ahead with your part.
It's, I don't know, because I think it's because me and the people who write about this kind of stuff play games for different reasons. I just want to have a good time. I don't want to have an experience. I don't want something to blow my mind. I don't care if a game does a clever thing with its story, and I just want to play Dragon Quest is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, then, I think we're kind of in agreement.
Okay.
A lot of things that people pontificate about with video games are things that I thought about years ago and then decided it wasn't for me. So it's like,
yes,
a lot of it's old hat to me.
Yeah,
it's just like, yeah, okay, you'll either get over it or you'll just continue on trying to find meaning or whatever.
Yeah,
and I just try and focus on it being an entertainment medium and having fun with it, whether or not it necessarily innovates. Although, I do love innovative stuff, and I do think there is still lots of untapped potential.
Take on helicopters.
I'd love to take on helicopters, yeah. Amazing backing away technology. So, that's like the gistiest gist I can gist up.
Gross.
Was there anything you were reading recently that made you think about this?
I forget his name, but somebody wrote this big thing about why AAA games are dead or they suck. Which, I do agree with. I just don't really... I don't know. I agree, but I don't know if I care enough to do anything about it.
Was this the thing from Tevis Thompson?
That's the one, yeah.
Bioshock and reviews and shit?
Yes. Yeah, I found that fascinating. And at the same time...
That guy devolved into crazy a bit too soon. In that
yeah.
And,
at the same time, I was like, I don't care to go this deep into games. Games are just a fun thing and not a serious medium for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not a fun read. But a lot of people were like, well, no, it's trying to drum up things and make you think about it. And it's like, well, he needs to do a better job of that. He at least needs an editor for that fucking thing.
I'm always down for an indictment of video game journalists. That was good. The good part.
No, no. Again, sort of old hat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Reviewers are mostly too involved in themselves, and some of them barely understand what they're playing or writing about. And certainly the examples that were brought up in that are definitely, I can agree with that. Yeah. So I don't agree with harping on it again, but I do agree with his point, yes.
Okay. So what he proposes, he wants all reviewers to be as subjective as possible when reviewing a game? But that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I know. People really got on and dinged him for that, and rightfully so. It's just like
if you ask me to review a sports game or a driving game, two genres I do not give a shit about, I'm gonna blow them off and probably go to town on them and call them pieces of shit because I'm just not interested in the genre.
Yeah.
They take the people out of the oven.
It's his extreme solution to an extreme problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think two wrongs make a right. I wish some of these people would just not be paid that much attention, because he also wrote this essay about Zelda a couple years ago, and that got a lot of attention. It's just like, who gives a shit?
What was the Zelda one about?
It was called Saving Zelda, and he dreamt up all these different solutions to how to make Zelda games better or more innovative or what have you. Even though it came from a place of love, I guess. I mean, he did love Zelda games, but it's just like, yeah, a waste of time, basically, in my view. But people lauded it and linked it all over, and it's just like, hey, why are we doing this?
Video games.
So I guess, once again, I guess we're in agreement, Alex.
All right. Hey, what else can we agree on?
Not much.
Oh, man.
What's better, Mario 3 or Mario World?
Mario World.
Fuck.
Ha-ha! No, what the fuck? No! This is no! Yes, this is yes.
That's what we should have called this conversation.
Do you have an opinion about things? Give us a call. No! What was it, 971 Evil?
976 even.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't call 971 Evil. You'll get purgatory.
976 was the precursor to 900 numbers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. You don't remember that because you were too young.
I used to make prank calls to 1-800-Flowers.
Back in my day. That's what... Wait, is that true?
Yes. I would go on youth retreats with my church's youth group. We would stay at this camp just for like a weekend, and me and some other kids would always find a payphone and call like 1-800-Flowers or 1-800-GO-RIDER, like we wanted to rent a truck. Put on a bad Indian accent and tell the guy we had to ship 200 earless rabbits to Sheboygan. That's how you have fun at a church retreat.
How old were you?
11, 12. Also, okay. I made a prank call to 1-800-Flowers. The woman on the other end caught on really quick and knew it was a prank, and we actually had a very honest discussion about how she doesn't like her job that much. She thinks that prank calls make it interesting sometimes, and how much I hated my youth camp. we actually had a nice connection.
Wow, these are the kind of stories you should write.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Not about video games?
No, let's not do the game ones so much.
All right. I'm looking at my notes for this episode. And the last bullet point just says, too many choices at Subway! 3 exclamation points. I have no idea when or why I wrote that.
Alex, Alex.
Oh, no, I remember now. Yeah, that was a student's critique of Subway. She didn't like ordering a sandwich at Subway because there's too many steps.
Oh.
And the Japanese are infamously reluctant to choose anything. Making choices is not their strong suit, and she was very, very put off by having to choose a bread. Yeah. Do you want it toasted? What toppings do you want? Vegetables? She wants everything chosen for her.
Yeah, I mean, in America, if you go to Subway for the first time in your life, yeah, you're going to feel like that.
Yeah.
But then you deal with it, because then you know the process.
Yes.
But then, I wonder how Subway stays alive in Japan.
I don't know. I wrote about this inherent Japanese reluctance to choose in my Monster blog post about Japan last year.
Your Monster Hunter blog post?
Yes. Al Hunter. And I think that, like, I don't know what it is that makes them scared of making choices. I think it's because making a choice can make you complicit if something goes wrong based on the choice. If something somehow goes south because of related to a choice that you made, the shame is on you for making such a bad choice.
Right.
Like, I taught a girl when I first came to Japan. We were doing this exercise, and I needed some information about her, so I asked her, what's your favorite fruit? And she's thinking hard for 5 minutes. She refused to choose one because, if she chooses the wrong fruit, maybe the exercise will go bad. And I assigned her a fruit. I said, all right, pear. Your favorite fruit is pear. Let's do this sentence.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Pear's my favorite fruit.
I'm sort of like that.
Yeah.
Not so much with decisions, but accepting things.
Yeah.
Like certain tasks or whatnot. I mean, it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. I'll do that. Usually because every time someone asks something of me in that sort of scenario, my mind immediately races. It's like, oh, can I do this? Can I pull this off? Can I possibly do this? Oh, man, how about now? How about later? No. So I kind of look at them blank-faced for a minute and go like, yeah, okay. And then I don't sound affirmative enough, where I could be if I just stopped thinking about it and said, yes, God, yeah, okay, whatever.
That's what I do. Is I will rush through those interactions and just be like, yep, sure, I'll do it. And then I quietly freak out at home later.
Yeah. It's fun stuff.
It is!
A chance for more myth.
Japan. I live there. Here.
Let's pick two things to choose from and see if we can do it.
Oh, God. Okay.
Do you want a 2DS or a 3DS?
Oh, God. Pair.
You win!
Hey! I think I want a 3DS. Are they going to put out a 2DS XL?
Oh, that'd be cool, but no, I think it would be too big.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't fold a 2DS.
I like that I can fold my 3DS and take it with me for street passes.
Yeah. You know what? Part of my insecurity about handhelds and stuff is what I've talked about before, is just I don't necessarily want to be sticking out, showing myself playing that thing to people. And I see people on the train and whatnot before playing a 3DS XL, and I'm just like, how do you do it? How do you do it with that giant screen that everybody can see? I don't get it.
It's embarrassing.
So that's why I do have a 3DS XL, because I like the design and I do want a big screen, but I prefer to use it at home.
Sure.
For that big screen experience.
Yeah, the BSE.
That's my rationale. And again, I make no claims that how I think is the correct way, by no means. So it's just the way I conduct myself. It's fun being mentally ill.
I'm from Australia!
That was me last week.
Wow. Video games.
Yeah. Should we take another break and go into book club?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, great. Let's do it. Folks, we will be back.
Take me out once in a while. I wanna see that New York skyline. I'm sick of riding up here in this penthouse with you. So take me out once in a while. Mama told me I'm married to your home. But what girl can resist those diamonds? You bought me pearls, Picassos, and princess perfumes. But you can't buy me adventure.
Folks, we're back. It's Summer Walkers. Alex, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm
Alex, are you
queer.
still there? Come in, Alex.
Get used to
Alex,
it.
I think we've lost you.
Oh, no, where am I? I'm gone?
We're going to go back now.
I'm
to,
floating in space.
Janet Mulcahy in Washington. No, what's up?
I'm floating in space. I believe I've just passed the original Sputnik. And speaking of Budnik...
Alex, on location on the set of Gravity.
I can't breathe. It's a vacuum.
Speaking of what?
Speaking of Budnik, why don't we talk about Nickelodeon?
Yes, it's book club time. And we are continuing to read Slimed, An Oral History of Nickelodeon's Golden Age by Alex Fraioli.
Hey, it's my first book. Thanks for reading it.
Sorry, Matthew Klickstein.
That's it.
And I said we'd read 3 chapters at a time, but it's 7 chapters, so let's just do chapters 4 and 5, like I said.
Good idea.
It did help me out, like I said last time.
Sure.
So, chapter 4 is called The Music and Sound of those old Nickelodeon shows. And it does stick to that subject, actually, as opposed to the previous chapters.
It doesn't go off the fucking rails.
No. But the subhead is, what the hell is he singing about in the Pete and Pete theme song? And the guy who sings it immediately jumps in and says,
I like that.
Yeah, stuff.
It's just a song.
Yeah, basically. Some good music on that show, though, and it was just fuck. I don't know, Alex, say something.
Oh God! Well, here's a quote from Rachel Sweet, talking about the theme song to Clarissa Explains It All, which I love. One of my favorites, really. Nah, 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 nah. I think those are all the lyrics.
But go ahead.
Come on, Ray. She says, I wanted the theme song for Clarissa to be poppy. I wanted it to be fun and memorable. And I didn't want to write lyrics. I didn't want to do the typical sitcom theme song where it kind of tells a story or tries to convey what the song is about. I wanted it to just be something fun to listen to, like ear candy. I think that's what we got. I had been recording for many years and was very into 60s pop and girl group stuff like the Shondells and the Ronettes.
Yeah, but
It's a great song, Ray.
I don't think it meets that standard.
No.
It's a little, not, I mean...
But it's a good TV
less
theme song.
Shondells and Ronettes and more like Luscious Jackson, kind of slightly droning. It doesn't really do much.
A good TV theme song, when you hear it, will immediately make you feel excited and happy because I'm about to get about 24 minutes of good entertainment. Like if you just hear the opening harp of the Simpsons theme song as a kid, you're like, oh, awesome! I get to watch the Simpsons now. You know.
True.
And the Clarissa theme song fell into that group for me. I was like, oh, I like this show. I'm going to sit down and watch this.
Well, you're weird.
I am weird.
But I wonder what people think of our theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Which was not an original creation.
No.
But I think it works.
It does. Represents us, our
Yeah,
moods.
you seem to agree. So, yeah. Represents us and our roots? What?
Yes. Our
What are we
moods.
rooted in?
Our moods.
Oh, moods. Excuse me.
Jesus.
Let me put this other can on. There we go. Now I can hear you.
Hey, nice cans.
Wait, jumping back, Mark Mulcahy is the long-haired guy who sung the Pete and Pete theme song, by the way. And
when I try to imagine him, all I see is Greg Proops.
No.
No. I don't know why, though.
Far from it.
I know. I don't know
In fact,
why,
I
though.
saw him in person at the reunion show
wow.
months ago.
Well, he was in every episode.
He's still long-haired and a bit wider in the middle section.
All right.
But nice guy. In the book, he said they agreed that neither of us, him or the creators, wanted a theme song that was about the show. It's going to be its own song.
Yeah.
And I think that works for us, too, right? Ours
Yes, it
doesn't
does.
have words.
Exactly.
Which is great. Make up your own lyrics.
Yeah.
No more whoppers, whoppers, whoppers.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't usually like podcast songs that have lyrics, especially the "How Did This Get Made" song. If it were a person, I would punch it in the face.
Yeah. I still don't understand part of those words. I mean, I know what the just that, but there's a part in there that sort of blends in. I don't understand what they're saying.
Okay, let's leave it alone because I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, fine. How about Never Not Funny's theme song?
I like that one. That's okay. That was an original song by Daver. Is that his name? Sure.
No.
And I think it represents Jimmy's mood pretty well.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Now, another favorite theme song of mine was, and an original composition, was the Ren and Stimpy theme song.
Right, yeah.
No lyrics, just in old stuff. Like when you're a kid, it's like, oh, this is an old-sounding song.
Yeah.
This cartoon has some old-timey sensibilities, which come across certainly in the episode itself if you watch it.
I'm not a huge music expert, but it has the shades of rockabilly in it.
Yeah. I've got a croak.
I've got
a frog here from Chris Riccardi. He says, I guess he's talking about John Riccardi. John was really into this Polynesian music called Shane. What? It's Viscardi. Viscardi?
Yes.
It says Riccardi.
Oh, where?
Bottom of page 352.
It's an ebook. I don't have the same page all the time.
Bottom of page 517. Never mind. I've got a quote here from Chris Riccardi about the Ren and Stimpy theme song. He says, John was really into this Polynesian music called Chano. This wild native guy who played bongos with sticks. John threw on this 45 record, and it was this crazy music that had R&B roots in it. Basic jump/swing beats with upright bass, but with these crazy bongos. Do something like that. Do something like that. The whole thing was raw, gritty stuff, like the art for the show. It wasn't your typical timid, homogenized, crappy stuff that most people were trying to write for children's television. What we made for him ended up getting used as a title theme because when the show went to series, it got to be the time where Nick wanted a song. Various songs were submitted, but John said, this works best. It has no lyrics. It's just cool. He convinced them to take it.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep, it worked. Ren and Stimpy with a memorable theme song, I mean, with words and stuff, probably would have worked against it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because what's really memorable about Ren and Stimpy are very certain scenes and things like that. And
yeah.
I
like that frenetic energy that the theme song brought to the show. Like it's cutting to all these different scenes while these bongos are playing. You know, crazy stuff is going to happen.
I'm sure this also went through John Kay's head, in that it's sort of like Merry Melodies. It's just a quick an instrumental thing, and then right to the title card, and there we go.
Looney Tunes! Looney Tunes!
I want to read a quote about Fred Newman, who did Doug's music.
Yeah, Fred Armisen.
Fred Newman.
Go for it. Newman's own? Paul Newman's going to have my legs broke. I'll cut that.
It's jungle out there.
Thanks.
It's jungle out there. It's jungle out there.
Where?
That's me.
Fred Newman said, I've always thought sound is, in fact, music. Crickets are music. On Doug, it would be a homemade sound a lot of the time. The rhythm would be rice in a paper bag. It would be two sneakers I would tap together. I'd use things that a kid would have around the house for the actual tracks of music. Okay. Yeah.
Was that the inspiration for banging on a trash can?
Probably not the initial inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, I like Doug's soundscape.
Yeah.
It was neat.
I do like the theme song.
Theme song's great.
A cappella sort of thing.
Sure. Lyrics that are just as complex as Clarissa's theme song.
Yeah. And yet better.
So, even as a kid, I think we kids are smart enough to realize how off-tone what's her name is in the opening of Salute Your Shorts, right?
Who?
Venus DeMilo. Or is it DeMillo?
Let's say DeMillo for niceties.
All right. I'll drop it in here so you can hear it.
Now we will share a lifetime of the fondest memories.
Of this tone deafness, Heidi Lucas says, poor Venus, I don't think that woman could carry a tune. She did not want to sing. She probably petitioned them for hours. I don't want to sing this. Please don't make me sing this. Can I do something else? Can I rap it? Anything but sing it? She was pissed that she had to sing.
Yeah.
Don't make kids sing, folks.
Well, I mean, in her defense, I mean, to be fair, I think many kids are not that great at singing, especially when you line them all up and decide to sing the camp theme song or whatever have you. It's a pretty common thing. I don't know why exactly she should have been singled out in that sense.
Well, because hers was the most audible.
I guess so.
Yeah. But then, of course, my favorite part of the theme song, straight from Michael Bauer himself. When it came to me with I Hope We Never Part in a close-up, I was holding a fishing pole and I don't even know how to fish. So I started messing with it. What the hell is this? And it started to break while I was singing. When it came to that part where I'm supposed to say I hope we never part, I replaced it with this thing came apart because it came apart and it rhymed.
Yeah.
That cracked me up as a kid.
That thing came apart.
That's good stuff.
That's just a perfect gag.
That's Alex Caliber.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I like that quote too.
Yeah.
I didn't highlight it, but thank you for bringing it on. Oh, here's another Pete and Pete related one. Allison Fennelly says, picking music and sound effects was kind of Will and Chris and Catherine's baby. They spent hours and hours going through the stock music and using stuff that no one else had used. Catherine would search for hours just to get 10 seconds on the show, which reminds me of how when I edit this show.
Oh, yeah.
I just pour through Spotify trying to look for something that might work in the next break segment.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
It's hit or miss.
You do it through Spotify. See, no, I'm serious, because I can't use that in Japan, and I want to.
I thought you knew this. That's why I make a Spotify playlist with all the songs we use on it, because I can just drag and drop.
No, but you get the songs from Spotify? You don't go to songs in your personal library?
Usually not, no.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Ray. Lay off!
How could you... 77 episodes later. My God.
Clarissa explains my fist!
You never connected the dots. You never asked yourself, or figured out, the fact that we have a Spotify playlist.
No, you asked. I know we have a Spotify playlist. I thought it was so that fans could hear music we've used on the show.
But you never thought, oh, well, then Ray must just get it from Spotify.
I didn't even know you could do that with Spotify because I don't fucking use it because it's not available in Japan. Japan? Keep in mind, I don't know a lot about services I can't use.
A big mistake.
I kill you. Ray?
No, fine. Yeah, I'm
Ray.
dead.
Okay, great. All right.
After that quote, though, Catherine Dieckman says...
Language.
Then it kind of got on my nerves because SpongeBob and all these shows completely stole that idea and went to the same exact cues, in fact. Oh yeah, I know those cues because I found them for Pete and Pete. They were all in the stock library, but nobody was using the stock library that way. Assholes.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, from Sid Straw, who was the math teacher on Pete and Pete, also a musician, she said, they told me I was going to be in a band with Danny on one episode, so we needed somebody to be in the band with us. I called Joey Ramone, but he said he was leaving for Europe the next day on tour. That would have been a very different version of the Blowholes. True. That probably would have been the most killer guest on Pete and Pete, I think.
Oh, yeah. What about Michael Stipe?
Well,
I think Michael Stipe is bigger than Joey Ramone.
And some would argue Iggy Pop was even bigger.
Oh, wow.
Depends on how big of a music nerd you are, but he was also more regular on that show.
Yeah.
He was on 2 episodes. No.
Wow.
I think it was more than that, but yeah. Oh, and then there's a next section where they talk about laugh tracks.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to read a thing from that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeffrey Darby, I believe, who worked on Clarissa, says, it was a sitcom, and I believe in laugh tracks. They're cues. You can test shows with and without, and they'll do better with. Why didn't we do it on Salute Your Shorts and Hey Dude? Because it's unreal. It's outside. Then it feels wrong. Whereas Clarissa was clearly a studio show. It could have been shot in front of a live audience. Followed by Mark Schultz saying, I hate the laugh track on Clarissa. It's one of the worst laugh tracks ever.
Okay.
And I agree and disagree. I feel like
yeah, we've talked about this.
We have. I think the laugh track is sometimes justified. Like in Seinfeld. I don't know. But yeah, and sometimes you don't want the laugh track because it does get in the way.
Yeah, like I said it before, from Todd Vanderwelf, who wrote about it originally on the Onion AV Club, it was like, it's kind of a uniquely American thing.
Yeah.
We kind of originated that, and it's become part of that art form. And some people implement it well, and others definitely do not. But
yeah, I think if it's implemented well, it's just fine. I mean, it's like if you were to go see a live performance of a comedy show in a theater, like people are going to laugh at jokes. It does.
Yeah.
It is natural. It can be natural. I mean,
I remember on You Can't Do That on Television. Like a lot of that laughter was, if it wasn't fake, it was at least very badly real because it wasn't very uproarious, as I recall.
Yeah,
I may be off completely, but from what I remember from that show, maybe I'll just go look up a clip. But it seemed like it wasn't very uproarious. They were also saying, how the laughter on Roundhouse was always real.
Oh yeah, that's right. I like that. See, that's a good example of a studio show, studio audience.
Yeah, much more obvious though, because it was like a big wide open studio, and it's just like a big theater.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Unrelated, but I really hate the studio audience or / laugh track from Married with Children. Because it was the only show that went woo, and it was like super awkward to me. Like, why are they doing that? The entire audience is getting off on this.
Can I interject? I'm just realized I'm a complete idiot because the page before this talks about You Can't Do That on Television, and how the lady was talking about adding the laugh track.
Oh, good.
So I want to read a quote actually.
Okay.
The woman Brenda Mason, she said, there was one particular laugh track that we referred to as the girl machine gun. And the sweetener, Dan McClellan, got very good at it. We would start at the beginning, and he would sweeten on the fly. And we'd stop and edit it when necessary, but usually it was a fairly quick process. I'd like to hear that, actually. The girl machine gun. Makes sense.
I can't pull that laugh when I try to think about it.
Yeah.
All I hear is Fran Drescher.
Yeah, well, the final part of the music chapter, I think, the one that we should at least mention is why Phil Moore sang fucking every time on Nick Arcade. Turns out he just did it naturally one day, and then he stopped doing it, and then the crew was like, what are you doing? Why don't you keep doing that? And so it's all their fault.
Wait. I wasn't listening.
Phil Moore from Nick Arcade.
Yeah, what did he do?
Sings a lot over the background music, over the music cues.
I didn't know that.
Almost every time. And in fact, a quote from him is, my son told me a PA friend of his said it's a drinking game now, where every time I sing on Nick Arcade, someone takes a shot. I don't think it's a widespread thing, Phil. I think it's just that one guy saying it, didn't it? But yes. So yeah, that's the music chapter. Next up is one that I sounded really critical of before when he last left off, but it's actually a pretty interesting chapter. That is the diversity.
Yes.
Why were so many of the people in Nickelodeon white? And I joked about it last episode, but I didn't mean to come off as like the guy on the internet who's like, "Who cares? Why is this a big deal? Why can't we just do this?" Feminist, God, whatever.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
I have tons of black friends. They talk to me, but I say hi to them.
I own Pokemon Black.
The voice of Shredder was a black guy. I think that's great. Whatever. Why do we need to talk about it? Just shut up.
I've highlighted 2.5 pages here, and I'm about to read them.
And 2.5 men.
Okay, yeah, I'll do this one as Charlie Sheen.
No, please.
But this first person is Charles S. Dutton.
Okay.
He says, you could have levied that charge on anything that had to do with media at the time. As a matter of fact,
charge?
when I was... the lack of diversity.
Okay.
I thought that was implied, Ray.
No.
As a matter of fact, when I was asked onto Are You Afraid of the Dark, I thought it was about time they started using black people or people of color on there. I think those are the same thing. Look, I can be totally straight here. I did not let that shade my decision one way or another. If it lacked diversity, then bringing me on was a way to get them to start thinking differently. Now, what they did after the episodes I did, I don't know. Did the diversity get better? I don't know. And then Tone Deaf Venus DeMillo says,
Now we will share a lifetime of the fondest memories.
the great thing about Nick was that they had so much ethnicity represented. All that, you can't do that on television. Those were my shows. I identified with those characters. Omar Gooding. We did a great job of appealing to all kids from all walks of life. Alan Goodman. Nickelodeon was always, in my recollection, a pretty diverse place. Michelle Trachtenberg. We were surrounded by 100 crew people, and there was every race on the crew. So it never felt like Pete and Pete was ignoring one or the other race, shape, or size. Linda Semensky. The animation industry is sort of blindingly white and blindingly male. A lot of people who have just moved to this country and are working so hard so their kids can go to college want them to be doctors, lawyers, business people, something noble, not makers of cartoons. So you'll find the industry is very white. And the last one, Fred Siebert. White people can make stuff for black people. Black people can make stuff for white people, for Chinese people, for Russian people. There's no magic formula for making anything. What you have to do is understand who you're making stuff for, not be that person. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to get there, but yeah.
Yeah. I have to say, I watched a lot of Nickelodeon, obviously, as a kid, and I never had a problem with there being anybody of a certain race on there more than another.
No.
And I mean, yes, I'm a pretty Aryan guy, but I never ever had a problem with that. However, I do think there were very few Asians on Nickelodeon. I don't really recall any prominent Asian actors ever on that channel.
I don't either.
Until, many years later, and we stopped caring about it. So sure, you got your blacks, your Hispanics, your other browns, but you don't got the Asians.
No. Oh, come on, we can think of somebody.
There was No, I don't know.
No.
Maybe somebody in a commercial.
Okay, sure.
Not an actual show.
Yeah, the one chick in the Puppy Surprise commercial was Asian.
Yes.
I just made that up.
Sure. Lindsay, what's her name, was in an old Toys R Us commercial.
Yamamoto.
No.
I don't know.
I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
Okay.
I do want to read some other quotes, though, about you can't do that on television.
Please do.
From Roger Price, the creator. Or rather, first, Adam Reed, he was talking about getting the call to, I guess, try out for the show or something. He says, my mom got on the phone to talk with Roger about how to do that. The first thing Roger said was, "Is he black?" Roger follows up by saying, "I had hopes this kid might be useful, and if he was black as well, I'd been searching fruitlessly for a suitable black boy. You don't happen to be black, do you?" was the first thing the astonished child heard me say. So, apparently that was a concern for him, is that
wow,
he wanted some diversity, but
yeah,
apparently could not get it. And there's some other comments along those lines, but yeah.
I feel like diversity sometimes can feel very forced. And if it feels forced, it works against whatever it's doing. If it happens like organically, that's great, you know. But if you're trying to cram all these different people into a thing, then it feels like you're working too hard.
It's definitely more forced now in the cartoons.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dora the Explorer, Nihao Kylon.
Sure.
Things like that where it's very prominent. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I mean, it's fine. People seem to like it, whatever. I don't really care. But that's the observation, is that it is more pronounced, I think, in the animation as opposed to the live action shows that we're talking about.
I've also noticed that when I used to teach in elementary school and junior high school here in Japan, I noticed that the textbook was obviously very everyone was Japanese except for the foreigners. But they introduced a new race, which is the wheelchair race. There's a wheelchair kid in every chapter. Every unit has a wheelchair kid.
Wow.
And I guess that's diverse, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
And I know what they're trying to do. They want handicapped kids to not feel singled out. You know, they want to be inclusive. But it's not.
And also in every one of those pictures, in the background, you can see a sloped ramp.
Oh God. Yeah.
Next to a stairwell. God damn it. That's Jesus Christ.
I feel like it's not. I mean, it's good if the kids feel included, but it also strikes me as it's not a fair representation. If you're trying to make these like the every kid, I don't know. I don't know the percentage of kids in wheelchairs. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was,
down with
once
people.
Again, in real life, I was never even that conscious about race, really.
Yeah.
Because, we're all kids, and, if we're all treated like kids, then...
Yeah, kids are kids.
That sort of reflects on us, too. It's like we just treat it that way. We're not necessarily judging the other kids based on what they are, what they look like.
No.
Unless they're fat, am I right?
Hey! A little bit.
Yeah, right. There's a big part, I think, towards the end of this chapter about the grandparents on Rugrats.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, I highlighted that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you have anything before that, go ahead.
I do. Roger Price, creator of You Can't Do That on Television, I know that now, says, "We were equal opportunity Slimers. We live in a multiracial society, and it is the duty of the producer making shows for children to, as far as possible, arrange for all of the children who will see his show to have some chance of seeing themselves reflected in it as equal members of that society, and with an equal right to have nasty things fall on them from above." While, again, I don't think... that's the end of the quote. I don't think that kind of thing should be forced. Yeah. Let's slime everybody equally. Even the wheelchair kid.
No, fuck him.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Okay. Come on.
Raymond.
Let's have a laugh.
I didn't want to say this, but I'm Roger Price. Wait, he's British, right?
Yes.
All right.
Try again.
I hope you enjoyed You Can't Do That on Television.
No, 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 no!
I wanted to call it You Can't Do That on the Telly. Sorry.
Erg, I'm a pirate!
Jim Jenkins, creator of Doug,
Yes.
Yes. This was crazy. He says, it's pretty common knowledge that Skeeter was African-American. And I love that because I did not consciously set out for that to be the case. I just thought he looked good blue. David Campbell. I don't know what kind of TV you have, but Skeeter was blue. The whole idea for the colors is we are addressing those issues early on. Look, we're not black people. We're not Mexican. But we want the cartoon to speak to all groups. How do we get past the barrier of ethnicity? And Jim said, let's try coloring them all different colors.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I never even thought of Skeeter as anything other than a cartoon character.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not try and place his race.
Yeah. That's our new segment, Place the Race.
Yeah.
David
Big
Campbell.
prizes coming up.
David Campbell says, people criticized it and said it was stupid and crazy, but I like it. Forget about race and inclusivity. Kids liked it because it was weird.
Yeah, how about that?
Although Roger was pretty obviously like typical white greaser, you know, even though he was green. He was pretty clearly what?
A greener.
He was a greener. Sounds like it should be offensive.
That is, yeah, that's
fucking
that's a
greener.
slur
Get out of here,
you
greener.
use when you get mad at Roger. What was I going to say? Shit. Oh yeah. People who harp on the fact, who brought up at least the fact that Skeeter was black or whatever, I think are the same kind of idiots who like to post stories about how, Doug must really be dead because all of his friends treat him this way, or whatever cartoon.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like, the main character's really dead.
yeah, guys. That's
all this evidence.
Yeah, that's our
4chan.
That's our subversive. That's the whole idea of the show. That's how we pitched it to Nickelodeon. Hey guys, here's this great show. On the surface, it looks like everyone's alive and having fun, but secretly they're all dead. Now we're gonna leave this for 15, 20 years until people notice it. But just so you know, everyone's dead.
Stu was dead on Rugrats.
Oh God,
it's all Chucky's dream.
Shut up.
I'm just being a character, Alex.
I do like the idea that the theory that Donnie is a figment of Walter's imagination in Big Lebowski. It's like after he got back from the war, he was hallucinating.
That's like one of those Garfield minus Garfield things.
Yeah. It kind of works. Okay. Anyway, this is a quote from John Crane, and it's one reason I love Roundhouse. And just a good gag in general. Yes. As a parent now, there is some material that I think of on Roundhouse as slightly racist, more adult. One of the sketches we did, it was really funny, and I think I wrote it, was a parody of Where's Waldo with Alfred. It was a sea of white faces and his black face in there. Can you find Waldo? And he's the only black guy in the thing. That's brilliant.
Yep. Yeah, that's just plain good.
Yeah. Right? You okay?
Sorry. What's going on?
Hi.
Let's talk about those grandparents.
Yeah, this is great. Michael Bell says, I was reading for Drew on Rugrats, and then later on they asked me to do Grandpa Boris. I had a background with Jewish history. My grandmother and grandfather from both sides of the family came from Russia. For years, I could imitate them and brought that to the role. People from the Anti-Defamation League started complaining that Grandpa Boris was a caricature that Hitler had designed to create animosity toward Jews. Back the fuck off. That was my editorial.
Yes.
God, he's doing imitation of his grandparents.
Yeah.
A Jewish guy imitating Jews is probably not offensive.
Yeah. What fucking victim complex. I mean, some of these people are just insane.
He goes on later, a few pages later. That was inane and a waste of everybody's time. I'm Jewish. That's what my grandfather looked like. They came from small communities. They were not beauties. My grandmother was a cute little potato. My grandfather was a potato. I love that.
Now I know my next Alex drop.
Oh, no. All right, he's got one more. We presented the Hanukkah show to an Orthodox synagogue, and they loved it. They roared and cheered. A whole synagogue full of Jews, and not one of them stood up to say they didn't like how we represented Grandpa Boris. But they cut back on Grandpa Boris anyway, because they didn't want further troubles with the Anti-Defamation League. What? You're going to let them decide how the show should run?
You know, it's almost like the Jewish people are very jovial and like to make fun of themselves.
Yeah.
And can really do that a lot.
Yeah. It's a kind of empowerment.
Yeah. I want to talk about Nick Arcade.
Go for it.
It turns from a race thing to a gender thing here later in the chapter.
Oh, goodness.
Kara Mitef, who I guess was involved in Nick Arcade, I'm not going to check the cast of characters again, but whatever. It says, girls at the time tended to not be big video game players, so we had to figure out a way to make Nick Arcade appealing for girls. James and I did our own focus testing and found that girls definitely liked video games, but they liked the kinds of games where they could discover things or where there was some kind of magical device or something that gave them a hidden power. So we incorporated that into the end game, and that got the girls excited. Girls did seem to be less proficient in the end game. Could have been hesitancy to some degree. Not as quick to perform, and trails up. But, yeah. Like I said before, I think a lot of the kids on Nick Arcade were just cherry-picked from whoever was at the studio that day.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
And those kids were all equal opportunity failures.
Yeah.
So.
You remember when you used to watch the reruns on Nickelodeon Gas and send me screen caps over Instant Messenger? And there was one kid with a bowl haircut, and I photoshopped him to look like Toad. Yeah,
I made that into a Tumblr.
Oh, wow, great.
It's nickarcadekids.tumblr.com.
Oh, we should link to that in this episode.
Okay.
Awesome.
Actually, related to that and related to a bit on Never Not Funny in recent weeks, how Jimmy was talking about a kid from his kid's school that was named Clint.
Yeah.
His name was written to look like cunt. That happened on Nick Arcade.
Yes, it did.
And I believe that's on that Tumblr.
Oh, fun. My God.
Things of that nature.
Yes. Oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah. That's all, I think, all we had to say about that chapter.
Oh, wait, I got some great insights into the Canadian accent here.
Well, save it for next week, because we're... Okay, boy.
Okay. Ross Hall. Ross says, there were key words that I learned very quickly not to make the mistake about. In Montreal, it was different than Ontario English, so we kind of had to modify a little bit.
By the way, he's from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Okay. There was roof and a few other key words that we had to learn how to say. Or sorry instead of sorry. That's a big one. To this day, as a Canadian broadcaster, people will write to me and say, you sound American.
Yes.
Yeah, like, it's real. Those two, roof, and sorry. Those
the dog just made an appearance.
Are you afraid of the brar? Why is that fun? God. Yeah, those are the two big tells, I think, especially if you're playing a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't get through Code Veronica without laughing every time Steve said a line because it's this super thick Canadian accent.
Yeah, gosh.
Like, I know it's cheaper to get Canadian voice actors, but I don't know, maybe make them Canadian in the story. It's always believable.
Yeah.
Or at least from Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Minnesota, Little Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yes, that's chapters 4 and 5 of Slimed. Next week we'll do 6 and 7, which are the last ones of the book. So, like I said, it's a short book. And you have one more week to join us if you'd like. And
yes, please do.
So find it on Amazon, buy it, whichever edition you want, and enjoy it either way, because I think it's still interesting.
Get on board, because this train has already left the station, and the next stop is Nickelodeon Junction. Choo-choo?
Thanks, you idiot.
Choo-choo.
Shall we actually take a break, or should we just move ahead into fan fun stuff? Go through it, or...
Wait, is this segment 2 or 3?
3.
Yeah, let's just close it out. No, you know what?
Right.
You know what? No, this is a long episode. Let's take a mini break.
Okay.
We'll be right back to close out the show. What?
You're the boss.
Thank you.
Working for vacation, working for meditation, watching television for as long as I want. People got science but make no sense. Still can't do anything for cutting the violence. When I think of something goes out to space, then it comes back in another shape. We know we're more apes, but we could make sweet sea less great. Feeling long, cause the days are too long. Counting heartbeats, 73 in the baby. Feeling long, cause the days are too long. Counting heartbeats, 73 in the baby. Feeling long, cause the days are too long. Counting heartbeats, 73 in the baby. Feeling long, cause the days are too long.
All right, folks, thanks for listening. I've been Alex. Goodbye.
Okay.
No, wait. Oh, yeah, I wanted to announce a new segment here.
Great. Again, without telling me.
Sorry. Well, it's very Al-centric, so I
Oh, okay.
With the success of Breaking Bad, we've now got the Bob Odenkirk spin-off, Better Call Saul.
Oh, no.
I thought it would be great if I do like an advice segment called Better Call Al.
Uh-huh.
And all you do, you can't call me in Japan, but if you could like submit a voice recording of you asking a question or asking for some kind of advice, we'll play it on the show, and I'll try to address the problem and tackle it as effectively as possible.
Okay, it's a great time for us to sign up for Google Voice. You could have done that before you re-recorded.
Raymond, this goes up in a week. We can do that.
I know, but you're going to have to re-record and say what the instructions are.
Fuck. No, I'll tweet it. How's that? Folks, if you're hearing this, check our Twitter and use Google. What is it? Voice?
Just call the number, yeah.
Just call the number.
Okay. Fantastic.
That number again.
I guess this is how we will inaugurate our voicemail.
1-800-555-1234.
No!
Oh, we have our first call. Here it is.
How do you hold fucking pistols in your feet?
Well, Alex, that's a good question. Some people do have longer toes than other people, and they can... I mean, sometimes I pick up things off the floor with my feet because I don't want to bend down. True story. Especially like a pen that's easy to grab with your feet. Monkey style, I call it.
Are y'all done?
I think I'm dead. Good for you!
I'm outdoors.
All right, this also brings to a close...
Spooky Sunday.
Thank God.
I'd like to thank everybody for participating. I'd like to thank...
No one participated.
Yes, we got that one guy whose name I forgot.
Okay, the one guy. Thanks to Guy.
Thomas Carveth. Right? That guy. He gets a sticker.
Right,
you get a car.
Carveth ice cream.
Yes. All right. So
so you're actually going to internationally send a sticker.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I'm a man of my word.
Watch the skies, Tom.
Yeah.
Don. What was his name?
Thomas.
Tomas.
Right. Carveth.
All right then.
I still got some extra stickers, so I don't know. Maybe I can give them out as prizes during Better Call Al.
Yes, if anybody calls up for that, they can enter the drawing, I guess.
Drawing?
Right?
Sure.
I'm taking over.
Oh no, Ray.
Okay, let's wind out the show. I guess we have no donors, no Facebooks.
We have one donor and 3 Facebooks. This is a mammoth episode.
Let's queue them up.
Okay.
Let's do it next time.
Okay. Wait, really? It was a nice donation. All right, we'll get to him. Roberto Bartoli. You know I love that name. We'll get to you next week. Facebook likes. We've only got 3. We'll get them next week. Yeah, sorry, Emil, Josh, and Greg.
We're reading a fucking book here, okay, folks?
All right. It's fine. Looks like everyone gets slimed.
Okay, right. All right, that has been No More Whoppers for this week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Go to our website, nomorewhoppers.com. You can find our donate button.
Our what button?
Donate button? Wow, I'm Canadian. Jesus. Give us some money, and
we'll thank you eventually.
We'll fit it in. I just want to go to bed.
All right. You're a tired Ray.
Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/NoMoreWhoppers. Like us, and Alex will poke fun of your name in a good way.
I will!
And be nice to us on iTunes. Send a review.
Nice iTunes. Review. A 5-star review.
Put it on the ground and walk away.
Exactly. Find us on Twitter, No More Whoppers.
Yes, please.
Find our personal Twitters. Alex
I'm
is...
Pitui, Pitouhui. And Ray
I'm Ray Tui.
RDBAA. Ratatouille?
RDB.
I'm Patton Oswalt. Sorry.
Listen to Retronauts. Buy an issue of Scroll. Listen to 10 and 10.
Oh, yeah.
That's our sister podcast.
Yes.
More like Doppelganger podcast.
Yes, we have to kill it.
The same. Editing cost.
Also, really easy to kill with the holy water.
All right. Alex, it's been great.
Thanks, Ray.
All right. right, everybody else, keep your nose clean, and we'll see you next week. Gold subscribers, stick around till after the show, because budget cuts force us to make you all copper subscribers. I've been searching fruitlessly for a suitable black boy.